Good morning. It is my privilege to introduce Robert Schultz, who is chairman of We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education and its sister organization, We the People Congress. Robert Schultz has 30 years of experience petitioning state and federal government for redress of violations of state and federal constitutions, including money, war, privacy, and tax clauses. Current petitions before the federal government and the judiciary pertain to financial bailouts and electronic secret vote counting. Mr. Schultz will announce today his plan for restoring constitutional obedience in America. Mr. Schultz.
Thank you, Judith, and good morning. The Constitution of the United States of America is being violated. For every violation, our people are being depraved and pauperized further, and the very essence of the nature and spirit of our nation compromised. Regardless of the assurances we are given, it is clear that the America intended by our founding fathers is now hanging by a thread. Millions of Americans know there is something wrong, something happening that is very wrong. More and more people are raising their voices and demanding to be heard, but do not know what they can do to stop the wrongs that are taking place. We want to give them hope through a solution today. Many of us have spent years trying to get the government to stop its actions when decisions made in haste or otherwise have no authority under the Constitution. The people's right to hold the government accountable is clearly stated in the First Amendment. Our motive has been pure and simple. Disregarding our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and our Bill of Rights is not acceptable. We have formally, legally, professionally, and peacefully petitioned the government when these violations have been committed. In an effort to stop the devastating effects each violation has on our people and our country. The government's answer, however, has been silence. Perhaps this has been because too few individuals have taken this course of action. What is needed now is a critical mass of people who demand answers and who will stand together to protect and defend our Constitution and claim their right as freedom keepers to hold our elected officials accountable to their oath of office. Who is going to defend our Constitution when it is violated? No branch of the government is doing it. The corporations are not doing it. It is up to the people. For those who understand the framework and contents of the Constitution, who can embrace the fullness of the gift given to each individual through our founding documents, we know the following. The Constitution does not defend itself, and it is not a menu from which to pick and choose at whim. It has to be construed in its entirety. All of its provisions are inextricably intertwined. The Constitution was created to take us through any situation if only we would obey it. It is only a piece of paper if we do not live it, uphold it, and defend it. Within its governing principles is the recipe for our people and our nation to prosper and flourish, if only we would obey it. If our people accept that our founding documents were given to us by the Creator through our founding fathers, and that these, the greatest governing documents ever given to mankind, hold the key to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for each individual, not only in America, but for millions beyond our shores, what more do we need to know? What personality, party, or political figure is greater than this? So today we bring a plan for the people that is not political or partisan. Its success and relevance do not rely on the electoral process or the approval of the government in any way at all. It does not seek to change our Constitution, but to protect and uphold the one we have. Through this plan, all constitutional-loving people in our country can come together and decide how we can restore our republic and our nation and to hold our government accountable. From November 9th through the 22nd, a Continental Congress in the spirit of the Continental Congress held by our founding fathers in Philadelphia in 1774 will be convened at the Pheasant Run Convention Center in St. Charles, Illinois. This Continental Congress will be a national assembly of citizen-nominated and elected delegates representing the people of the 50 states and the District of Columbia. Those who will attend will establish a formal historical record that documents before a worldwide audience the record of constitutional violations which have taken place over many years, crossing all branches of government and both political parties, which are devastating America. These delegates will collaborate, debate, and develop worldwide strategies, or real-world strategies, and civic actions to restore constitutional obedience. The decision to organize Continental Congress 2009 comes on the heels of more than 14 years of petitioning the government for redress of repeated violations of the Constitution by increasing numbers of Americans who are demanding constitutional accountability from their government. We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education has established a legal record of those violations and government's refusal to respond, when obligated to do so under the Accountability Clause of the First Amendment, what the constitutional scholars refer to as the capstone right, the right to petition the government for redress of grievances and government's obligation to respond. These formal legal documents in their fullness can be found through our portal website at givemeliberty.org. Volunteer groups in each state have been established to inform, to encourage, and to coordinate citizen participation, leading to this historic event. Delegates will be elected from a national pool of American citizens required to have a proven passion for the Constitution. It is our hope that the delegate seats will be filled by America's best as constitutional scholars, authors, activists, and champions of popular sovereignty. Nominations are now taking place through special website pages dedicated to each state on our website. These can be found through givemeliberty.org or CC2009.us. Preparation is underway for a national delegate election to take place on Saturday, October 10th, 2009. State coordinators and volunteer teams are in the process of identifying appropriate voting centers in all 50 states. This election will be significant in its constitutional validity, using visible and transparent vote counting, an effort we trust will restore electoral procedures that are constitutional in nature and extent. I repeat that Continental Congress 2009 is not a political or partisan event. It is an opportunity for Americans to learn more about their Constitution, to be educated about its prohibitions, its restrictions, and its mandates, to consider what America would be like if we followed it, and to decide if that vision is important enough for the people to do what is necessary to embrace it. Today, there are thousands of educational and civic-minded organizations who have been preparing templates for civic action. Continental Congress can be the catalyst to bring everyone together so our voice, the voice of the people, will be heard at this defining moment in our history. I therefore invite every American who loves our Constitution, who loves our country, and believes in our founding documents as the supreme governing law of our land, to be part of this historical event. Continental Congress 2009 will be a clear and strong record of the people, by the people, and for the people, a means through which our country can be restored and achieve its destiny. For more information about Continental Congress 2009, I invite you to visit our websites at givemeliberty.org and at CC2009.us. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. No question. That concludes this press conference, and thank you very, very much for your attention. Thank you.